Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at Outriders, the demo. This is March 2021. The full game's out April 2021. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Would really appreciate that. Okay, so this is a looter shooter developed by People Can Fly, published by Square Enix. Is it the next big looter shooter? Is it going to be the next Destiny? Is it going to replace Destiny? Gears of War, Division, Warframe? Well, I don't think so. If you try to compare this with other looter shooters, then you may not fully really enjoy the demo and this game itself. If you come into this demo with an open mind and you're not expecting another Destiny or another Anthem, then you probably have a more positive experience, because this game definitely gives off vibes and design elements reminiscent of other looter shooters, but it still seems to have its own unique feel. However, saying that, there are some similarities with other looter shooter games. The inventory and item detail screens look very familiar. I have tried all the classes in this demo, and I've actually had a lot of fun with all of them. So a little bit of background about the game. It's a looter shooter. You have the combat. You're trying to collect gear. You're trying to collect mods the best you can get. The story's not bad, but again, I'm looking forward to seeing the full game, seeing how the story evolves. I mean, you start out in the demo by being told that Earth's dead. A colonization ship to another planet. Big bloody alien storms gives you superpowers but screws everyone else up. And then you're put into cryosleep until they can figure out how to heal you. You wake up 31 years later with your superpowers, and you sort of fight and try to save humanity. So I mean, there's nothing spectacularly new in terms of the storyline, but it works. It does work. Okay, so let's take a look at the game itself. In terms of the good things, the pros. The combat is fun. It's action packed. It does feel good as you're playing. The weapon system, the ability mods that you can get with rare or higher level weapons really does change things up, and it does allow you to make interesting builds along with your character, sort of your ability selections for your characters and the skills and the way that you increase the tech tree. The weapons also really help that, because the abilities will change your abilities in some way or other, and again, it gives that little bit of variety, which is pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing the crafting system, where you can change weapons, adapt them to what you want. So that looks very interesting as well. In terms of appearance, I mean, the graphics are decent, nothing really that special. Not a lot of colour at the moment. It's a bit dull and drab, but maybe later in the full game, where we go to different locales like the snow regions or the jungle regions, maybe the colour will be a little bit more impressive. In terms of the design aesthetics, I mean, the weapons are nicely designed. The armor in the demo is fairly plain and basic, but later on in the full game, the armor does look very nice indeed. Looks like a nice design. The abilities, yeah, I mean, in the demo there's four classes that you can play, so I think that's going to be the same in the full game. The abilities are really nice. They really work well. Again, similar to other looter shooter games, but you can use them a lot more, because they have a very fast refresh time, so you can pump these abilities out and use them a lot more than you can with other games, which again is a nice thing to do. There are some nice effects and combos already that we've seen in the demo. When you're playing with other people, playing the other classes, again, you've got some synergies going on between them with the abilities. It's working really well in the demo, and like I say, I'm looking forward to seeing more how the later abilities, the other abilities, will work. So it's very nice. Enemies. I wasn't expecting too much from the demo, to be honest. It's only chapter 1 and a few side quests, but you know, there's a fair range of enemies to fight against. When you finish the demo, you actually get treated to another trailer, which shows a lot more enemies that will be coming in the full game. And again, it looks good. Looks like a decent range of enemies to shoot and kill. We've also been told that there's going to be a good end game with the full release, so that once you finish the campaign, there will be things that will get you to come back to the game and play it more and more, even after you've finished and completed the campaign, which is supposed to be about 35 hours, I think. But it's good that there'll be something to do afterwards. This is a problem that Anthem had when it was first released. So there does sound like there's going to be some kind of end game activities, which again is a good thing. Let's take a look at the other side of the coin, the cons, the things that maybe I didn't enjoy quite so much. First of all, the loading screens. There were way too many, and they were way too long, and this could put some people off. This is a demo, it's not a beta, so I don't think there's going to be any major changes before the full game is released, but they're just it put my son off a little bit with all the loading screens and the length of the loading screens. So this, I think, is something they need to look at. Another thing is the cutscenes. Yeah, a lot of problems with the cutscenes. There were speech and subtitles that weren't synced with the animations. A lot of the time we didn't actually get to hear a lot of the script, because the cutscene would stop abruptly and we wouldn't hear the ending of it, sort of thing. And there's also a number of cutscenes that seem pretty pointless. You go to a door to start a side quest, you open the door, and then there's a cutscene of you opening the door and going through, and then there's another break and a black screen where you have to wait before you actually start the mission. Now, that sort of cutscene, I think, is pointless. I don't see the need for those. So that's another negative in my point of view. Third thing, the third con. Yeah, there seems to be a fairly major bug in the demo. I know I'm not alone with encountering this. I know other people have encountered this, and I know that the developer is aware of this. There have been times where I've lost everything when I've opened the game. It's actually happened 3 times to me. You'd close the game, maybe to go to bed or to have lunch or whatever. You open the game again, and all the loot that you've collected, all the guns, the armor, is all gone. It doesn't happen all the time. Like I say, it's happened to me 3 times, and I've played this demo a lot. But it shouldn't happen. I can imagine somebody who's been very lucky and found one of the legendary weapons, or maybe 2 or 3 of the legendary weapons. I haven't found any. My random luck is useless. I haven't found any legendaries at all. But I can imagine guys who have found these legendaries and then suddenly they disappear. That would be very bad. So I think this is a bug that they're aware of. Hopefully that gets fixed before the full game is released. What's next? Cover. Yeah, this game's a little bit like Gears of War in that there's no jumping, there's no flying, there's a lot of cover that you can use, but sometimes it's actually difficult to go behind the cover. A lot of the time the button doesn't seem to work when you try to press X or whatever to try and go into cover. So a lot of the time I don't bother. What else? Another con. Weapons. There doesn't seem to be any differences between the different types of weapons. What I mean is, if you look, for example, at bolt action rifles, pick up a couple of rare bolt action rifles. Okay, they have different names, they have different appearances. Let's say, for example, the terrestrial ECAB SMP3 rifle, and then you pick up a different one, a different rare bolt action rifle, the upgraded FRSR LD1. They've got exactly the same stats. There's absolutely no difference between the weapons. They look different, they have different names, but they're exactly the same. What's the point? You may as well just put bolt action rifle. And it's the same with submachine guns, it's the same with auto rifles, it's the same with pistols. They're all the same. It doesn't make sense. It should be more than just aesthetic differences. The guns should be different, they should feel different, they should have slightly different stats. I think this is probably my biggest negative element to the demo. So I mean, in conclusion, let's take a look and see my overall summary. The demo, was it good fun? Yes, it was good fun. It is good fun. I'm still playing it. Did it bring a lot of innovation to the genre, to the looter shooter? No. There are a lot of similarities to other games. You'll play the game and you'll see some things that remind you of other games. So there's not a lot which is new. I mean, the ability usage in terms of the weapons and the quick refreshes, and it's nothing really that new, but it's done well. It is done well, but it's nothing really that new. Was the demo good enough to make me interested in the full game? Yes. This is possibly my favourite genre of game, and it has piqued my interest. I am looking forward to seeing the full version of the game. Was it good enough to get me to make a pre-order? I don't know. There have been burns before with pre-orders, Cyberpunk, Anthem. I'm not sure if I'm going to risk the pre-order anymore for any game, but we'll have to see. I mean, the more that I played the demo, the more fun I had. I mean, once you try the different classes, you get some decent weapons and mods. It really provided a fun game. At the beginning, where you're limited in terms of the abilities you have and the weapons, it's not all there. But once you start getting the right mods on the guns, once you start opening up more of the abilities for the classes, and you get them to work together, it really provided a fun game that could rival other looter shooters for my time and money. The end game, the plans for the end game could also make or break this game. I mean, like, Anthem had a problem with that. Destiny has a decent end game, and that's what people are trying to do, so that could be a factor. I'm hoping that microtransactions and DLCs won't be a major player in terms of this game. I mean, I'm expecting there to be some, of course. You know, it's the way games are these days. But I'm hoping that they won't be too expensive and they won't affect the game too much in that you're forced to buy them. We'll have to come see how that goes. It does look promising. It plays well. It's packed with potential. I highly recommend trying the demo. It is free. You've got nothing to lose. It's about 22 gig, I think, on the PS4. Download it, try it, see what you think. But don't give it a quick play. I mean, at least take one character all the way through to level 7, World Tier 5, which is the maximum that you can get in the demo. Take it that far, see what you can do. Get some weapons. Don't just play it for 1 hour and then make a decision there and then. It does reward gameplay. It does reward you in terms of enjoyment by playing it to its fullest. So I do highly recommend trying this demo. And then afterwards, make a decision whether you want to pre-order, whether you want to buy, whether you want to wait. But I think this game has potential. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out. So I think this is a decent demo. Hopefully some of the negative elements will be fixed in the near future. But yeah, thumbs up from me. Thumbs up from me. So thank you for watching. If I manage to get hold of a legendary during March, I will probably do a video going through the legendary weapons. But my RNGs is really bad. I've opened so many crates, I've beaten so many bosses, and I haven't got any to drop yet, so I can't promise that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.